Hello, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we will be reading the story of a robot inventor. Today's story is a biography. Do you remember what a biography is? Let me share some characteristics with you. A biography tells about a real person. A biography is written by someone else. Biographies are often organized in time, order, sequence. Biographies often use photographs or illustrations to give information. During our time together today, we are going to focus on the problem and the solution within the text. In order to identify the problem and the solution, we must listen carefully. A problem is something that a person wants to do, change, or find out. The way the person solves the problem is the solution. Today, we will be completing this chart. On our chart, we see 3 different categories: problem, steps to solution, and solution. Today, you will not be needing a piece of paper or something to write with. Today, I want you to listen carefully to the story. By listening carefully, you will help me identify the problem, the steps to the solution, and then the solution. Are you ready to begin reading today's story? Let's get to it. The story of a robot inventor. Big ideas. Meet Tomoka Takashi. He invents unusual robots. How did he get started? Mr. Takashi was born in Japan in 1975. As a child, he played with blocks. He used his imagination to make all sorts of forms and shapes. Later, he read comic books about robots. One of the robots looked like a real child. Takashi wanted to make robots just like it. Finding out about robots. In 1999, Takashi began to study robots. He took classes to learn how they move. The robots bent their legs when they walked. It did not look right to Takashi. People did not walk that way. Then Takashi had an idea. He made a better robot. It did not bend its legs when it walked. It moved more like a person. Let's go back. In 2003, Takashi started his own company. He made many robots. A short robot climbed up a cliff with a rope. A bigger robot lifted a chair with its arms. Another robot rode a bike for 24 hours. Takashi began to put his robots in contests. He made 3 robots for a sports race in Hawaii in 2011. The first robot had to swim. The second robot had to ride a bike. The third robot had to run. The robots had to do these tasks for a week. For the race, there were many problems to solve. Takashi made the swimming robot waterproof. He gave it arms like fins to help it swim faster. Another robot was able to ride its bike for 100 miles without braking. The third robot ran for 26 miles. What will Takashi invent next? Will his robots fly and soar like Astro Boy? Will they be his finest? We can only guess. We must wait and see. Tomoka Takashi is sure of one thing. his robots will do more and more. That was such a fantastic story. I love how he had a big idea and then went to work. You can do that too. Let's go back over to our chart for today. Remember, we were identifying the problem, which was something that a person wants to do, change, or find out, and the solution. In today's story, we saw multiple problems. Mr. Takashi wanted to put a robot in a race where it had to swim. That was one problem. Let's write that on our chart. Now we must identify the steps to the solution. Do you remember what he did? He had to make his robot very special. He built a waterproof robot with arms like fins. What was the solution? He built his robot in a way that it could swim. Now, how exactly did we find out this information? We found out based upon what we read. Remember, your job was to pay attention and listen carefully. Now, was this the only problem in our story? No, not at all. But this was the only problem in our story that had a solution to it. I'll reread our chart to you. The problem. Takashi wanted to he wanted to put a robot in a race where it had to swim. Steps to the solution. He built a waterproof robot with arms like fins. In our solution, he built his robot in a way that it could swim. Congratulations, you are all done with today's video. I'm proud of you. Great job identifying the problem and the solution within the text. I'll see you soon.